Good afternoon. It's September 29, 2024. We're critiquing the news. The article on your screen is from the Sunday Mail. It's titled LNP Bid to Ditch ALP Patient Tax. To quote from the article, patients would save money visiting the doctor and GP services protected under an LNP plan to stop the patient tax if elected. So apparently doctors' surgeries don't pay payroll tax at the moment, but the ALP wants to get rid of that exemption, put payroll tax onto the list of bills that doctors have to pay, and that would drive up the cost of seeing your GP, which of course would impact the lowest socioeconomic groups the worst, and it would send even more of them to the public hospital waiting room, which would increase the load there. So rather than cut its own costs to make a better use of the money it's already got, possibly by shedding some bureaucrats from the health service, where there's, last I heard, one bureaucrat to two frontline staff. The ALP just wants to make you pay more for exactly what you're getting now. Do you remember when GST came in? We were told that it was going to be instead of taxes like payroll tax. This is going to be a whole range of state taxes and levies removed, because we're going to be paying this one federalised goods and services tax. But it didn't happen, did it? It's just another empty promise, and that one came from the Liberals. Then you got payroll tax itself is actually a tax on productivity. There's no worse, more regressive tax than a tax on productivity, taxing people who are successful. They have enough staff that they then rank high enough to get one of these tax burdens added to their already excessive list of tax burdens. Now, there's the other problem we've got with this is that the patients who have to pay this payroll tax ultimately through an increased cost to visit their doctor are paying with money that's already been taxed. So there's been income tax applied. They've been taxed on their fares to and from work. They're taxed on just to be able to drive their car on the road. There's taxes everywhere, and Australians are like carpets. We're held down by taxes, and if we just took some of the tax burden away by slashing the bureaucracy, slashing the size and reach of government, we'd be a whole lot more prosperous. And that was actually what Trump did during his first term, 2016 to 2020. He slashed regulations and cut taxes, and it had a remarkably positive effect on the economy. The reason we're not getting that, the reason no one in the ALP or LNP, the uni party as I call them, the reason no one there is talking about that is because they're not implementing the will of the Australian people in accordance with their constitutional obligation. They're marching in lockstep with the United Nations and the World Economic Forum. They're doing what they do, what they say to do. Doesn't matter what we want. They're not representing us. They're representing unelected foreigners. And that is why we have to get them out of our parliaments.